So there was an interesting bit of news this week that relates to before the Sony Spider-Man deal went down. And Kevin Feige went for a lunch meeting with Amy Pascal, head of Sony Pictures. And she basically asked him, asked for his input on the Amazing Spider-Man franchise, and he was like going into it. And at the end of the meeting, he said to her, please let us share the character. And apparently she threw her sandwich at him and told him to get the fuck out.
The whole sandwich?
The whole sandwich.
Wow. What sandwich was it? Was it like a club or?
I don't know. I hope it wasn't a meatball marinara because they get everywhere.
That's not a sandwich though, really. A meatball marijuana.
A meatball marijuana? What's that?
Meatball Mariana.
Mariana.
That's a little slip of the tongue.
Oh, better have been. This is a friendly channel for all ages.
That would be even worse though. That's all I'm going to say.
It would.
Wow.
But yeah, no, imagine, you're sitting there, you're like, look, how about you let us share our character?
We've got some rights to him, you've got some rights to him, let's make a deal.
And bang, a sandwich just going to clap you in the face.
I want to know, did it hit him in the head?
Well, I assume so. I assume she's a steady shot.
Where else does one throw a sandwich?
Literally.
You never know, she could be a
crotch.
bad aim, might have hit him in the chest.
Well, that's even worse.
This is alleged though. This is all alleged.
Well,
let's not go
we
ahead.
say alleged, but when most of these things come out, they tend to be true.
Has
a whole
TMZ
sandwich.
reported on it yet?
Oh, are TMZ still going?
I don't know.
Oh my god, I wasn't.
Just wondering.
I wasn't aware this was a thing.
I mean, Christ, a whole sandwich. Let's not mess around.
That's someone's wages for the week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's
Someone have to clean that up.
They're rich people, they eat fucking expensive sandwiches.
Exactly, man. I mean, I bet that had like stuff like smoked salmon from Canada,
Whole grain bread.
whole grain bread
Flown in from Italy.
with the children's blood seeped into it.
Yeah.
Exactly. Those Tories.
Those Tories, exactly, mate. Well, with that in mind, welcome to Podcast 5. It's your boy Calamity Hatcher coming at you with a brand new podcast. Here with me today are
That guy Gsif.
J himself one.
Director.
and we are here today to go over a wide range of hot nerd conversations and topical goodness. And we're going to start out with a game that we got a trailer for last week. It was Kingdom Hearts 3. We got a Monsters Inc. trailer, so let's jump into that. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Kingdom Hearts series. And to me, I have not seen a game coming out that looks this beautiful besides maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, graphically it looks incredible.
Yeah, I actually got to agree with that. I'm not a big fan of, I'm not the biggest fan of the style of games that Kingdom Hearts are, but I can appreciate like the content in the games and like, I don't know, just this one, it actually kind of surprised me graphically how good it was.
I feel it's really gone above and beyond.
I mean, someone that hasn't had anything to do with the series at all, I suppose it looked okay. I mean, I'm not a fan of trailers from a perspective anyway, so it's very difficult for me to kind of comment on something like this. So it's kind of going to be a pretty much kind of crap opinion. But I think it was okay. I mean, it was a pretty bog standard, trailer. They showed the characters, they showed a little bit of gameplay. There was a little bit of swimming in the gameplay, which I just kind of thought was a little bit, okay, fine. What the hell the point in that? Not so much kind of gameplay mechanic showing off anything like that. I wish they kind of showed a little bit more of that. I'll be honest, it's a bit vague for me. But I guess for a trailer, it was bog standard, 5 out of 10. Subpar.
Yeah.
I mean, Director, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the trailers look pretty dope, but I mean, every game trailer sort of works going if that's the
that's
trailer,
true.
isn't it? Let's chuck all the best bits in together.
Yeah, exactly. But that's why I don't like watching.
I played Kingdom Hearts 2.5 a little bit, and I'm a massive fan of RPGs, and although there is RPG content, I did feel it wasn't as challenging.
It looks a bit
as,
hack and
say,
slashy.
maybe more adult sort of features or sort of titles, sorry. However, this one, I did say it the other day, as soon as I saw the Monster Inc. stuff, because that is something that I did grow up with. I was really excited. I was like, oh, okay, I'm buying this now. I am definitely getting that now.
But it's kind of a bit bullshit to just kind of pander it on the, nostalgia value. You don't want it to be just that.
100%.
It's like, oh yeah, Incredibles, Monsters Inc. I know.
Well, we've got at the moment Monsters Inc., Toy Story, Tangled, and we haven't seen any footage of it
Tangled.
yet. Tangled.
Oh, shit, no Tangled.
But we haven't seen any footage of it yet. But we know Big Hero 6 is also in there, and it's like
yeah.
as well, more.
there's always going to be Final Fantasy in it. I'm
Yeah.
expecting a
But I think
Sephiroth
'cause the
fight. I'm
7
expecting
remake-
Cloud to turn up.
I think
Yeah.
it's meant to have a big feature because of the 7 remake.
That would be awesome if you actually got to go to Cloud's world and stuff. But then I don't want Sephiroth being a main villain. I want him being one of those side awful villains that are really difficult to take down.
I know they couldn't do it, but it would be so sick if they could put Incredibles in. That would be so.
I
could
wouldn't
you
be
imagine
surprised.
this time?
I genuinely wouldn't be surprised at this point because you've got Incredibles 2 coming out this year.
Oh yeah, that is true. I actually forgot about that.
And
yeah, and they actually did a game on it before.
It's a
That
bit
was
harder
right.
to,
2 games.
It's a bit harder to include. I mean, every other character from a series, they've got their whatever random magic, or the beast is stronger physically, and blah blah
Yeah.
blah. How are you going to bring in the Incredibles who are all super powered and
Yeah.
make it balanced? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, it would make for some cool link-ups and stuff, particularly with the kind of the craziness of the battle sequences we've seen in the trailer. I would like to see some cool stuff with that, and it's the same with Big Hero 6 as well. That you can imagine Baymax flying in, and just doing loads of
Yeah.
flashy stuff on the screen. It'd be
Yeah,
really
yeah.
cool looking. And the big one that everyone keeps commenting on is Star Wars or Marvel. Which one's going to get announced?
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know if either would for this game.
I think one of them will.
I think they. I don't know.
I don't think both, but I think one of them.
I think Star Wars is more likely to feature, but I think I'd prefer to see a little bit of Marvel in there.
Yeah,
You know?
I mean they're both massive worlds to explore,
Yeah.
and I'm thinking in terms of how Sora would look, because obviously you saw Sora and Donald the Goofy look like monsters, and Monsters Inc. and toys and Toy Story World.
Yeah, yeah.
So they always adjust to it, and like
Yeah.
with the Keyblade be a lightsaber,
Most likely.
like that would be cool.
They're both perfect licensing kind of things to go for. Like, because there's so much kind of emphasis behind like Star Wars and Marvel right now.
you could use it.
Yeah, you could use both. Like,
Kylo
why the hell
Ren.
not?
Kylo Ren as well.
Oh,
And
that'd be
Vader
amazing.
as
That
well.
would be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
Leading an army of Heartless. I could really see that. I think it's definitely one to look out for this year. It's my most anticipated, I would say. But the thing is, will this game come out this year? I mean, apparently we're getting a release date saying that it is coming out this year.
Is it going to be like
But-
a Duke Nukem
Well,
situation?
I think so, because it was meant to come out on the PS3. Like, it's been in development for a very, very long time.
Because the thing is, do you know what I found? What's it? I think Bethesda, they're very good at basically announcing games very shortly after they actually are created. So
Yeah.
what that does is it actually creates an excitement, and then the game comes out, and there's no kind of time when they're like, oh yeah, you know, I've got to do it for like, you know, a couple more months. Do you mind? Do you fucking mind? Maybe. And then yeah, all the kind of emphasis is kind of gone. You know, with some of the other companies. So if they actually know when it's coming out and then they announce it like a couple of months before, I think it's perfect.
Well, they announced it like 2 years ago now. Well, they announced it donkeys years ago because it was supposed to come out for the PS3.
There was no footage.
What the
though, was
fuck?
there?
Really?
Yeah.
There was no
Jesus.
footage though when they announced originally, was there?
No.
Like nothing had been released, like image-wise.
Literally, it was
promotional-wise,
just
nothing.
Kingdom Hearts 3. That's all.
It's
all
happening.
It
Was basically.
was. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be great to see it come out. I'm very excited. And
Wow.
Kingdom Hearts is not really a series that's let me down so far. Granted, I haven't played through all these handheld editions.
They can be tedious, so handheld editions.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the way of the handheld, isn't it? But I think there's a lot of promise in it, and I think if we were to go back before Kingdom Hearts was conceived, and we think about, you know, think of two franchises you'd love to mash together. Who would have said Kingdom Hearts and Disney?
Yeah.
But my God, does it work? There is a heart to these games, and there's just something so beautiful about them, and touching in such a simplistic story. Like, I'll give a little breakdown for people who aren't really into the franchise. So basically, there's people that are chosen by these weapons called the Keyblades to basically keep the balance between the light and the dark, and the Heartless, who are the force of darkness, are trying to take over the world. And once these people called Nobodies destroy enough Heartless, they obtain Kingdom Hearts, which will give them hearts and make them more powerful because they don't have hearts, so they don't exist. It's very complicated. But it's basically a story of three friends who get separated and have to travel across worlds to find each other. And there's Sora, Riku, and Kairi. They're all best friends. and Kyrie is like the love of Sora's life, and they're like kids in love. And he travels across worlds to save her, and when he finds her, she's lost her heart to darkness, so he gives his heart to her and becomes one with the darkness and becomes lost and evil, and then she shares her heart with him, so they have to find each other again, but they will always find each other. It's really sweet.
It sounds like a really strong love story.
It is, but it doesn't overshadow the thing. It's not all like, oh my god, I have to find her. Like, you'll get reminded in each world, it's like, oh, maybe that's where she is, like, because they'll find out more clues that's then on their journey. Maybe that's where Kyrie is, but it's not something that's like shoved down your throat. But when you see it, it's just like, wow.
So it's not so much. It's not so much as like them hunting for one another, but they're naturally just drawn together.
Yeah, they will always naturally be drawn together. They are hunting for them, but it's across multiple different worlds, and in each of those worlds, you generally deal with like the story of the film.
Yeah.
So, like, for instance, in 2, you kind of dealt with the Pirates of the Caribbean thing, in the Black Pearl storyline, and
love story with that, yeah.
No, you don't deal with the love story in that, funny enough. You deal with like the whole Simba coming to be king.
What?
Lion King.
I can't wait to be king.
Please contact Jamie Brown at JamieBrownMusic.
I really wanted to break out into us
for future weddings. We're very good at weddings. We have a fine recording studio. Shout out to Matteo Donahue and Silverroom Studios. Please check it out for a recording session.
Wow, shameless plugging.
Shameless plugging.
Jesus
Shameless
Christ.
plugging. We have a channel.
Paid you.
5 episodes in and we're already plugging someone else's stuff.
JackHatcher.com/shop. I'm joking. It's not a real thing. I'm not Logan Paul.
Get on the Patreon.
Get on the Patreon. Like, share, subscribe. But seriously, we haven't said that yet. Yeah, if you like what you're seeing here on the channel, please like, share, subscribe. More content coming every week.
Sure.
But yeah, so Kingdom Hearts 3, who's going to be getting it when it comes out?
Yeah.
It's not my style of game. I'd be quite happy to watch someone play through some of it. Maybe not like sit and watch
who's
hours
coming
of it.
over me or OG Titans to play it?
I'll watch. I don't know if I'll play. It's not
I'll watch. It's okay. I'll watch.
Oh, watch. That's what you like, isn't it, Joe? Watch it from the corner.
I don't even have the console, so there's no way.
That's true, because you're the master race PC gamer who doesn't get
emulators.
the releases.
That's what I'm gonna say. Emulators.
Have you found a PS4 emulator? That's sick. Can you get me one? Yeah, put it on the laptop, man. It'd be great. We'll play PS4 emulator.
Yeah, one go possible.
Maybe I will, and that's good. But let's move on to our next one. So this was an interesting topic that that guy Gsif proposed, which I actually thought was really, really cool. Remaster. We want to see of a classic. Thank you.
I did try and hold that.
It's fine, don't worry. Remaster. We want to see of a classic game. So I'm going to start with that guy Gsif. Pick your remaster.
Okay, I was a big fan of the Crash Bandicoot series, and they've already done a remaster of that, so I can't choose that. However, I am going to choose Crash Team Racing.
Fair play. Fair play.
Now,
Tell us a bit why.
in my opinion, there weren't a lot of games, like racing games, on the PlayStation that could rival a sort of Mario Kart feel.
Yeah, okay.
Crash Team Racing was one of those games where it was the PlayStation equivalent of another console's franchise. Like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know, I just think like it was a really enjoyable game, like to go through the story. It was fantastic playing with your friends and having a laugh.
Yeah, but you could just go for like Mario Kart or something. You know, when you really think about it.
You could, but then you got to buy the other console, you know?
Yeah, but I'm just saying the motion controls. You know.
I don't know, Mario Kart for me, it doesn't have the same appeal that Crash Team Racing would.
Okay. But do you think that's just because of the characters or something?
Honestly,
I
feel like
very...
it's more to do with the tracks that they have, because they're a lot different to the stuff you get in Mario. There's not a lot of stuff you can bounce on. It's mainly just the main track, and then you've got the boost pads.
But you
lead you around other routes.
But you still want at least some new tracks.
Oh yeah, well,
remastered.
I wouldn't mind if they added in some like beta levels they never finished or something. You know what I mean? But just to add tracks for it, I don't know if like I mean, you know, they'd be cool new tracks, but
I'm more familiar with Crash Tag Team Racing
I
on the
didn't
PS2.
play that. The
That was
version
a
that
lot
I
of
had, the disc never worked.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun.
It
that
got up to
game.
a certain point, and then it was literally like just before the race starts, it froze. Yeah. So it didn't matter what race you chose or anything. It was just
Sick.
froze, and it was just
That's
like
really
cool,
bad.
Banging.
cool.
Wow.
But yeah.
What about?
I mean, I think that could be on the horizon because obviously Crash was
Yeah.
majorly successful.
Yeah, yeah,
And I think now it's pretty much confirmed the Spyro remake is
yeah,
happening.
yeah.
So say Sony are obviously going back and looking at their old properties and bringing them back because they're doing very well. So I don't think it's an unrealistic expectation.
Any particular characters, G, that you want to go for in the new remake?
It'd be nice if they could have in extra characters. Like, say for instance, they didn't have all of the characters from each game because some of the characters they didn't cross over from one game to the next. They were just throwaway characters. So it'd be interesting to see, like, I don't know, just extra guys in it. You know,
Yeah.
For that.
Sweet. Sounds very good.
Okay.
mainly the nostalgia feels. You know,
Yeah.
That's kind of what the Crash trilogy was about anyway. So
And you, what do you have right now, like console-wise?
nothing. PS4's on the way.
Yeah.
Hey, doing the master race.
Okay. So you want it on the PlayStation 4
Yeah.
potentially?
It would have to be.
It would have to
it'd
be
a
because
product.
Sony.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. True.
Okay, alright, fair play. Alright, well I'll go on to mine. Which, I wonder who is gonna second guess this for me. I am part of those screaming fanboys crying out for the Sonic Adventure 2 remaster.
Before you go into
wow.
that, I just want to say, would be cool. I'm surprised you didn't go for the Spider-Man on PS1s.
Do you know
Any
what?
of
Yeah,
those to be
because I don't
remastered?
need it. I've got this. I've got oh, I forget who's doing Insomniacs.
Yeah.
Spider-Man coming this year. I'm fine. No, Sonic Adventure 2 is, I think, it's safe to say my favourite video game of all time. I love it. It was the introduction of my favourite character from any franchise ever, Shadow the Hedgehog. We love you, Shadow. All hail Shadow and that. Alright, it hasn't aged that well, but that's why I need to remaster. But it's just, honestly, I had so much fun playing that game. More fun than I've had playing any other game playing that game. The soundtrack's incredible, the story's incredible, Shadow's incredible.
So you want it exactly the same, but
I
just
want it
better quality.
Better quality, you know, fix
Better
the
engine,
physics a bit.
better engine.
Yeah, put it in the Hedgehog engine too if you want. And then upscale the graphics.
Bonus missions.
Add a couple of bonus missions.
Change stuff up a little bit, just slightly.
I don't want the story changed.
No. Just
Flawless.
like the place, like locations of stuff. Like
Flawless.
maybe in terms of like you might have a block here, move it there somewhere. You know what I mean? Throw it in so it gives
Yeah,
you a
okay,
little bit-
yeah.
So you're like, oh, it's the same, but it's still
Yeah, a little bit
new
varied
bits.
up. Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean?
No, I see what you're saying. And that will kind of throw you off. You know, you expect something, and then it completely throws you off.
Yeah,
And then
But
you
you
know,
need-
I think it'd be interesting to see if you could incorporate a sort of system where you could do speedruns on it as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can't really, you can do
Yeah,
speedruns on
yeah.
Sonic Adventures series, but not really, not in the same way as you can now.
yeah.
Not with the boost mechanic. So it'd be interesting to see how that kind of could factor in.
I suppose the thing is as well with Sega, because there's so many different kind of, you know, variations they do with like Sonic 06 with the kind of like, you know, 3 lanes kind of, you know,
bring that
way, you know, okay, fine, I'm sorry. But they could do, you know, some sort of 2D thing. Fucking hell, I hope. Because the thing is with Sonic, we're not going to go into this deep, but Sonic 3D wise doesn't do so well. So,
No, it's a bit hit and miss.
you know,
It's a bit hit and miss, to be fair. Like, I don't think he's having the best time of things.
Yeah. So I think it'd be really interesting to see what kind of engine or kind of system they use with that 3D mechanic. Because there's Sonic Colors.
Imagine
that
Unreal
they can do
Engine.
well.
or Sonic.
Yeah, but Sonic Colors was a Wii game.
Unreal Engine.
Unreal Engine
It's
Sonic,
sick.
my god, that's what they need for Adventure 3.
Cross mats.
Someone did it. Someone put Sonic in, put Sonic into like the Unreal Engine on something where it was just like footage of them just running
Oh,
for
like
miles.
I've seen
But
that, I've seen
yeah,
that.
but it was just awesome. Like, it looked really cool. But that's the thing. I have no faith in Sega Team. Sorry, in Sega Team and Sonic Team. So I've said that on film. I don't think much of the fan base has a lot of faith in Sonic Team. But it'd be interesting to see how it turns out. I definitely, I mean, look, if this news about the Heroes remake that's been announced in March is true, then those Adventure remakes have got to be around the corner because they're the most cried out for ones.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance it is coming. I don't think Sonic Adventure 3 is anytime soon, but I think that Sonic Adventure 2, 1 and 2 remaster should be on the list there.
It's good to be done.
Exactly. Joe, gimme your remake.
For me, it would be Predator Concrete Jungle. That was on the original Xbox, and that was maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah. I played it on PS2. Yeah.
Wow.
That was a very,
Learning
very,
new stuff.
very good game.
We need
An educational channel. Calamity Hatcher.
Pretty much, but it puts you obviously in the actual, kind of zone of the Predator, in the shoes of the Predator. And wow, is it one of the most fun experiences ever? Just kind of flaying people.
Yeah, I remember flaying people. It was so cool.
Yeah.
You hang people from lampposts and flay them. Oh,
there was
so
no
good.
hold back. There was literally they did not give a fuck. That was a fucking serious Predator game. Did not fuck around. There was even aliens involved with that, so you weren't just killing humans. And they
Is
had
it aliens from the Alien franchise?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
nice.
weren't just
Nice.
UFO.
Yeah.
Oh, were they like Easter egg things though? Like they weren't.
No,
there
no,
all
there
the
was like a
time?
couple of actual levels which they were actually part of, and obviously they had a completely different kind of way to kill them and everything. And it was just so fucking cool. Even the parkour, traversing from like building to building.
Parkour.
Parkour.
Extreme parkour.
Do it, Andy! The combat was a little bit shitty, a little bit clunky, and I feel like on a new system they could do a little bit more of a Legend of Zelda or Devil May Cry system where that kind of lock on. Maybe I don't know how they're going to do it. But it's just honestly just playing as a Predator is so fucking cool.
I think that's the thing for both of us, like with the change up in the clunkiness of things, and how smooth they could be. The incredibleness of these games could just be through the roof.
Like when you think of a Predator, which is almost like kind of a hybrid between a human and an alien in terms of they're so fucking athletic and they can just jump between shit and they got this technology.
I kind of like an Assassin's Creed feel to like the parkour system.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
That would
But
be
with the
amazing.
text,
Little bit more agile.
Yeah, definitely, because you're more like
yeah.
feral and animal-like.
It's the game though, is it got sort of like a manhunt feel?
The thing is I haven't played Manhunt, so what do you mean by
Yeah,
that?
Is it sort of like, is it really based around you just got to go around killing it things?
Yeah.
Actual
There's
objectives like, this thing is going to happen.
There's a bit more of a story, it is a bit canon and everything like that. It does start off, basically the story as it is that you start off as like a really sick hunter, but then you fuck up and you do something really stupid, and then you have to kind of start from the beginning again, which is a really smart way. And then because the way that it is that human technology has kind of adopted your technology because you left some shit behind. So you've got to like go against these really like difficult people and try and take the technology back. So I'd say something like that. I'd like it if there was a little bit more kind of Predator history in there, because you got like 2 or 3 scenes of Predators. And all the rest of the shit is humans, which I fucking hate that shit. So they do that like the Superman movie. It's like something like Superman's human. So definitely, if they were to make a remake, definitely more emphasis on the Predator aspect of things. Fuck the humans. We have enough of humans. We know how they are.
Goddamn humans.
Exactly. Just kind of a lot more agile. I don't even give a fuck too much about the graphics because it was actually kind of beautiful anyway. It actually looked good as the game. You weren't thinking, what's this kind of buggy or glitchy stuff? There's no kind of jagged lines and stuff. So yeah.
Okay, so our last topic is hero we want to see get their own movie. I'm actually going to start this off with a kind of lesser known character, one of the Marvel Knights, often called Marvel's Batman, Moon Knight, Mark Spector, who is a paranoid schizophrenic that is possessed by the Moon God.
Okay.
I forget his name. I think it's Khonshu.
I don't know
something like
much
that.
of the story,
Where's
but that's
all
interesting.
White. So
He does look a bit Ku Klux Klan.
I wasn't going to say that.
He
but
does though.
he does.
Think about it.
He does. That's it.
But and we condemn that in this channel. But I think he's a really cool character. I'd love to see them kind of really dip into the aspect of a mentally ill superhero who really. I mean, you get that with Batman, but they never really kind of touch upon it.
They never address it.
Yeah.
Really well done in this day and age.
Yeah, like it would have to be a dark story.
It
would definitely have to be a dark story, and you know, with this Disney Fox merger going through, the head of Disney said that it's a fantastic opportunity for Marvel to kind of go into the R-rated film thing with Deadpool.
Would make sense because they made a lot of money from Deadpool.
Exactly, which is why people are calling out for Blade at the moment as well.
Yeah, they spent like relatively nothing in terms of like movie industry money. You know what I mean? And they made like, how much was it? 100.
They made like. They made a bill, didn't they? 300. They made a bill. I'm pretty sure they made a bill.
Maybe I'm thinking of the opening weekend. It was something like 300 million they made or something.
Do you know what? Funnily enough, it's funny you mentioned that. It had the biggest February opening in history. Black Panther just beat it.
Oh, nice. That's good.
This weekend, Black Panther made 190 million.
Wow.
Damn.
Okay.
So
that was a bit off then. It was 187 million it made, wasn't it?
What?
Deadpool.
Yeah, something like that this opening weekend.
Yeah, now it's like 190.
Yeah, it's absolutely destroyed it. So well done, Marvel, for that.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet. I don't think any of us have we?
No,
that's a task for this week, lads.
Yeah.
Well, no, this is a week in advance, so we would have seen it by the time this goes up.
Yeah, so
I suppose.
let's watch it Sunday.
Let's watch it Sunday.
Saturday.
Too long. Let's go a week now. Yeah, we're sidetracking. But yeah, I would love to see this movie happen. It would have to be a very dark movie. It would be a fantastic opportunity to bring in the Netflix universe. Daredevil is known to work with him. The dark greenness would really work really well. And I have two actors that I would pick for the role. Both are very strange choices. One would be Patrick Warburton. I don't know why. I could just see him doing the whole mentally falling apart thing. Savagery.
I think he has the right build for it as well.
Yeah. And the other one is Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay.
Because
I could see the insanity that he portrayed, but I don't know if that'll come across as right. You know,
he needs to bulk up.
Yeah, like,
but
otherwise he'd just sound too whiny. I think. Oh, that's a good point.
That is a good point.
I didn't think of that because he's wedged up, and he the former Quicksilver.
Yeah, he's supposed to be ginger, but I don't really think that's big an issue.
Yeah.
Like,
it doesn't matter.
As a proud ginger man, I can say we don't care. But yeah, so I think that'd be a good film. I remember when I was a kid, I went and got some random comics from a discount store, and they were Moon Knight comics, and I really shouldn't have been reading them for that age. They're brutal as hell, man. And like his twin brother is like a serial killer, like that looks like Cletus Cassidy basically, and it's just mental, and he's always crossing that line of like, no, I'm going to kill people, and like, I like that. I think that'd be an interesting one, and it would open up, as I said, the Marvel Knights universe, so you can bring Blade in. Don't necessarily have to do Wesley Snipes, but you can do.
Yeah, he's always open to.
Yeah, he really wants to do it, from what I can gather.
Yeah.
You can bring in, you can let the Defenders actually maybe have a movie because they are Marvel Knights. Ghost Rider can be brought in properly.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential in it, so there is a bit of a fan outcry for a Moon Knight movie at the moment. So yeah, that's my choice. Yeah, who's going next, director or Gisa?
Well, that's sort of
okay.
It's probably sort of
okay.
It's Gisa's turn.
Okay, so I want to just give a little honourable mention. I think a One Punch Man film could be done really well if you have the right sort of cast behind it, the right writers and stuff, you know.
Americanized or
it would have to be a little bit, I suppose, but I would like a Japanese team behind it because the anime was played out really well, so you know.
So you want a Dragon Ball Evolution?
No, not at all. I just want a Japanese team running everything and then answering, like saying like this is what we're doing, and then an American company just being like, okay, here's some money.
Okay, I get you.
That would work. But,
yeah, that would work.
I think I can't remember if it like me. I cannot remember his name, but the guy that plays Victor Zsasz in Gotham, I think he'd make a good One Punch Man. He'd have to bulk up, obviously, but
yeah, I feel that would be quite cool.
I feel like he'd have a pretty good shot at bringing that role into his own.
How though would they portray the like sheer power of Saitama when it comes to big fights and stuff?
See,
It'd be hard to do those fights without doing a CGI completely.
yes, but it would be interesting if they just had him as like he's just walking around being himself. You know what I mean? He's never openly outward with his power or anything. But people like cross him, it's just one hit, and then they're just like smashed into a building, and then like as he's getting more powerful, it progresses. They'd obviously have to use, they'd have to use CGI to progress his power increase. But
yeah, I could see that in kind of like in the kind of the way they did Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah,
do you get what I mean with that kind of style of
yeah.
CGI animation behind it? Could work quite well for it.
But the actual pick that I wanted to choose is a Bucky movie. Actually, I think he's interesting. We know a little bit here and there about his backstory from various stuff. It'd be nice if we got to see him in his own film, as not as like a second thought. And we got to see him on his like rise / transition into the Cap role. Okay. You know, it'd be pretty interesting, I think.
I want Falcon Cap, but
yeah, no, I get that. I mean, it doesn't have to lead into him being.
Yeah, I get that.
He takes that mantra and then hands it off.
I want
something,
both.
You know, you know. I think it would make a really good film. Obviously, you keep the guy that's playing Bucky at the moment.
Yes, Sebastian Stan's a really talented actor.
Yeah, thank you. I had no idea of his name.
He's had a lot of interest and support and behind Bucky becoming Cap.
Yeah.
Have you seen, funnily enough, the shots of how much he looks like young Mark Hamill as
yeah, I have.
Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, I have.
I mean, that's just crazy.
Yeah, I know. I was actually blown away by that.
If I saw a Bucky movie, though, again, I would kind of like Black Widow to be a large element to it.
Oh yeah, of course. I'd love it if she was in bits of it, like, and he was fighting her, but they never came face to face or something. You know, it was just like they're opposing.
Yeah, I think it's likely as well because
teams.
the Black Widow movie is happening.
Yeah.
I think it's likely he could have a prominent role in it because Chris Evans is bowing out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure after Avengers 4.
Really?
So yeah, his contract's up.
They extended it a while back, didn't they?
He wants to get behind the camera now. He wants to start directing.
Who do you think is going to take the mantle of that? Bucky or following the comics of Falcon?
I think. See, Bucky was Cap before Falcon in the comics.
Really? Yeah, that's why I said
he takes it up after Civil War.
I didn't know
that was why I said in the film I'd like to see him take the role of Cap, realise it's not for him, and then hand it off to
Cap's
Falcon,
got that different shield though. Like it would have to be. Do you reckon it would be at the end, like as a side thing? It won't be the main story.
This is the thing. In the comics now, the kind of the shape that the gauntlets go into to make the shield in Infinity War, it's kind of that shape. So I feel if they're gonna, instead of it having the Wakandan look to it, eventually we're gonna have like the Cap look to it from the comics. But that, like, the edge on it like glows. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I'm not sure if it's like laser edge or something. It's just like mental.
So
and it's vibrating.
I need to watch Ragnarok tonight so I can maybe watch.
Catch up with these movies.
I still need to watch stuff. It's been weeks.
I swear to God, sometimes I feel like I'm the only true one.
Yeah.
The one true
The one true one.
I haven't watched Gotham by now.
I haven't watched Gotham by Gaslight, but I am ready to watch it, and it will happen. And it will be a joyful experience, and hopefully we're going to talk about that on a future podcast. But we will talk about it on a future podcast. I'm just not sure when we will talk about it.
Hopefully we'll watch it tonight.
Hopefully we will get some watching and some premium viewing done.
Yeah.
Alright, director.
Yeah.
Who's getting the movie in your eyes?
Right.
Any honourable mentions?
Yeah, give your honourable mention.
Honourable mention first.
Yeah.
An anime. Well, a manga series at the moment, which I don't know if you guys might talk about. I don't know. It's called The Promised Neverland, and the start setting. This is all I can say because I can't say anything. It will ruin everything. But the start setting is there's some kids in a what do you call it? A house where they bring up kids, like an orphanage.
Yeah. Little foster home.
A foster home with this one lady, and they do. Most of them are really intelligent for their age, basically.
Okay.
And from there the story sort of divulges. It's sort of like a game of chess throughout. I think it would be really well done, like a series of films, like the way the Baudelaire children.
A
series of
unfortunate events.
The way that was supposed to be, it could be really well done like that.
dark Tim Burton-esque tones, like from the 90s. Like, yeah.
And I'm not sure if it's got an anime already. I haven't actually checked, but if it hasn't, it needs one. And any fans of manga definitely try and get it.
Yeah.
Even if you're not a fan of manga.
You never know, you might like it.
Do you know what? I really need to cross that line into manga because I love my comics so much. I really do need to.
There
cross
are
that
some
line.
mangas that are really just like I forget the name of the guy, but he's done like a series of different horror style mangas.
The guy with the holes.
Yeah,
in
the holes,
floor,
and
the
like
mountain that
every
they go in.
person has a hole that's like
Shaped
for them.
And when they when they find their hole, all of them can't help but go in.
Like they just get compelled to go into it, and then they just sink into the mountain.
Okay, that's
and it
crazy.
spreads out.
Yeah, it's just mad. It's mad. But yeah,
I've read the Kingdom Hearts manga. I've read a few of the Pokemon mangas.
You just got that Final Fantasy one.
I've just got that Final Fantasy one in my loot crate. So I'm going to probably give that a read. I need to get on it a bit more. Like I want to go through the Naruto ones.
Yeah,
I love Naruto. And I want to go through the Beyblade ones. Yay!
Also love Naruto. Just got
I know we did mention this.
yeah.
On the podcast that's going up the day after this is filmed, there is a shout out to director for his
Awesome
tattoo and Martin Lee who did it.
Yeah,
Thank you,
big
Martin.
ups.
There's some big ups there. Okay, so that's your honourable mention.
Yeah, so the main one I wanted to talk about that I did just forget actually, but it was Zatanna. So DC based obviously, and had to go because I thought you might go with Marvel character, so I wanted to go DC. But anyway, yeah, Zatanna. I love magic, and Zatanna's obviously got her sort of side character of being a magician. She can sort of get away with just doing basically magic for events and stuff. But she obviously has magic powers. I think with modern day technology and CGI, right, we could probably do a good Zatanna.
Yeah.
She's got a lot of good villains. Some of them are like netherworldly, like demons and stuff. Some of them are. I think Tigress maybe is a villain in one of them, but I'm not sure.
She's more a villain to Wonder Woman, but yeah.
But yes, because a lot of my knowledge from DCUO has been like altered. Sorry, from DC has been altered because of DCUO.
Yeah.
So in the game there is a lot of stuff that is not canon,
Yeah.
and I've played a lot of that game.
Good.
Yeah, I think Zatanna would make a good film.
I think we are going to see her. Well,
Anyone you
As
choose?
a side note.
well, no, because Justice League Mortal is on DC's slate,
Okay.
but I don't know if really anything on the DC slate is coming out.
On the front of anyone I choose to play Zoe Deschanel. I know that sounds silly when you think about
Actually,
it
I
first,
like that.
but it would go. Paul Rudd made a good Ant-Man.
Yeah, and everyone like didn't really know how that was going to go down.
Yeah, because he was mainly comedian films like bloody Wanderlust and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, really
Wanderlust,
over the
oh
top
my
comedy.
odd comedies.
Paul Rudd is a national treasure.
Yeah,
Well,
he
an
is.
international treasure. Actually.
Yeah.
We love you, Paul.
We love you, Paulie.
Come on,
Okay,
podcast
Mr.
at some point.
Literally, I'm watching Friends on Netflix right now because I'm that cool, and I am on the
dating
bit
Phoebe.
where he's dating Phoebe
I love
in
it.
season 9,
I love it.
and it's just a delight. My word.
Yeah, Zoe Deschanel. I reckon she could get that Zatanna feel.
I feel that I think that's a good choice actually.
The way she is in Yes Man, you know, the way she's like acting him out on the stage in her band.
Yeah.
Just I feel like she could do that sort of stage presence, that vibe. But,
Yeah.
you know, she's always a musician and
That's very true.
Yeah, she's a singer, isn't she?
Oh no, that's the theme tune, isn't it? It's
New Girl.
That girl.
Yeah.
New Girl. That's it. There we go.
It was aight.
But yeah, I think she's actually a singer as well, isn't it? So you know, she probably have that stage presence naturally.
I think the best thing I've seen her in is Father Movies. What a sweet film.
Well,
Kind of. I love that film.
that was a good film. It actually was. I was really surprised by that.
Isn't it? You never think you're going to go for a rom-com and then suddenly you're bawling your eyes out at 3 in the morning with a bucket of
Damn
popcorn
you, Notebook!
and a glass
Damn
of
you!
rosé.
Yeah.
It's all going to shit.
Yeah. Pools of tears.
Literally.
Titanic is fine. I can get through Titanic. I don't know what everyone.
Fucking
wrote about.
idiot, Leo. There was space on that fucking door for you.
It's
you
not his
numpty.
fault. She wouldn't let him up. She didn't move.
Literally.
Nah, it was his fault.
Well, seeing as you both did an honourable mention, I guess I'm going to kind of give an honourable mention as well. I'm going to come back
Yeah,
on
that's,
that.
well, that's fine.
And I'm going to speak to Nickelodeon here. And I'm going to say, make a new series of Avatar movies and don't let M. Night Shyamalan anywhere near it.
Yeah, the guy that just comes up with a twist instead of a plot.
Oh my god, what was the twist?
It wasn't actually Avatar.
For God's sake, you had the whole script like written for you. It was in a series that was beautiful and you just butchered it. Like, I'm not over this. This film came out when? Like,
I have no idea.
it was quite a while ago now.
At least 5 years ago.
More than that. More than that. at
It's
this
like
point.
2009.
It was after Dragon Ball, I thought.
It was after Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2009 or 10.
I think I was in year 9 when Dragon Ball came out.
It is 2018 now, actually.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, man.
But
Get with the times.
I don't.
They
want
butchered
to.
it. They butchered Avatar, and genuinely, Avatar is one of the most beautiful, heartfelt shows I've ever watched, particularly cartoons. Like, there's so much emotion there. There's so much heart and soul, and there's a lot of banging action. There's a lot of dark kind of places it goes to.
Banging action.
Banging action.
Banging action.
Banging action. Series 2
Banging
is potentially my no, it's definitely my favourite series. There's some really dark twists in there with the Earth Kingdom. I would recommend anyone watches that. I think as a movie, if done justice, where it doesn't take 10 people to move a boulder, that was terrible. And you don't have people who can't act. Like the main kid in it who played Aang was literally hired on the basis that he could do loads of martial arts.
got that guy.
He wasn't based on the fact that he could act at all. He cannot act.
My friend Harvey tagged me in a meme today.
Harvey Fountain, shout out.
Wait, of Toph, and it's, I don't know if you remember a scene where Toph breaks through a metal door.
Yeah.
She
Of course
jumps
I
into
do, the sand
fingers.
bending, yeah.
Yeah, and it said when you go in dry.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
She goes back and you
Child friendly channel. Gee, as head of my PR team,
You're alright.
you sure?
Yeah, you're alright.
Well, I
I'm
suppose
human
so.
resources as well, so
Oh god. What hope do we have?
I want to make a complaint.
Well, good luck. Good luck.
Calamity Hatcher PLC.
PLC. Can we just add that on the end for just one episode?
Please like and comment.
I guess we'll bring it to an end. It's been a quite an interesting podcast.
Yeah. We had Joe leave us halfway through.
Literally, like, please point out that Joe Brooks is a flake.
Can I also point out that we're
Not an
probably
edit.
going to edit over his tag when we find out what it was he said.
Literally, that boy mumbles so much.
Like,
I didn't even
like
know
James
Joe had a
not after a few drinks.
Oh, Jamesy, I haven't seen that boy in
Another
so
shout out.
long.
Does he
Another
still
shout
speak Russian?
I don't know, probably.
Who, James?
Not actual Russian.
But it's
What,
fake.
Joe?
It's fake Russian. James.
Yeah, obviously.
Does James talk Russian?
Yeah,
My
yeah, he
word.
speaks
Yeah.
fake Russian when he's
Shout out
drunk.
to my favourite Russian, Liz.
Miss you, James.
Miss you, James. We
Miss
doing any
Russian.
more shout outs? We doing any more plugs while we're here? jackhatcher.com/shop. Doesn't
Wait,
exist.
I had something for this. Damn it! Never mind.
I want to mention something actually, a little interesting topic. Quick. Yeah.
What?
So the other day
Record.
we were at OG Titans, and as just before we were leaving, OG is watching a video of the In-Betweeners, and just sort of like Jay's best clips, I think it was.
Yeah.
I get home to open my Sugar Pine 7 email. Oh, you've got a new Sugar Pine video? I open the video. And who the fuck comes in halfway through but James Buckley, the guy who plays Jay? And I was like, what's going on? And then I look at the podcast. Podcast titled James Buckley joins Sugar Pine Forever, with Forever in caps. And he was in the following video in the story side of Sugar Pine.
Wow.
So they've just upped the game. I love Sugar Pine already, but now they've got bloody Jay from the In-Betweeners, like,
That's
who's a
mad.
movie star technically.
Fair play.
That's mad.
That is kind of mad.
And everyone says they're too weird. Actually, he does fit the sort of
Weirdness.
Humour, yeah.
Category.
Everyone's moving to YouTube.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But yeah, I guess we'll as I said, we'll end it there. It's been a wonderful evening. It's been a strange evening, but we've had a lot of fun doing this. We hope you've had fun listening to it. We really do try and make this as entertaining as we can, but really we just sit here and chat shit for a little while and you guys listen. So thank you for doing that.
If you listen.
Honestly, the support so far on this channel is just phenomenal. So I have to thank each and every person that watches, every person that likes it on Facebook and on YouTube, shares it. and everyone who's subscribed so far. So big thank you. Like, we love doing this, and it's really nice that people are kind of responding to that and enjoying it. So yeah, as I said, if there's anything you want us to cover, please let us know. Just drop something on the Facebook page, drop something on the comments below this video, and if you're new to the channel, this is the first time checking it out, please subscribe. We do one of these every week, and there's more like content trickling throughout that. Lots of content I'm working on. That's just, it takes time.
It does.
You mentioned when the channel starts to grow, you might start some competition style things as well.
I might be doing that. Yes, I would like to do that.
Strong
like I would say,
emphasis
once
on
we hit 100 subscribers, we can actually do some giveaway stuff, which is quite cool. And it won't be shitty giveaway stuff either. Like,
it'll be like solid gold bricks.
It won't be like solid gold bricks.
and like brand new Bugatti Veyrons.
You want a car, you get a car.
You know.
I was going to think more like Funko Pop giveaways or something, but
disclaimer: anything I said is not to be taken seriously.
Disclaimer: we are not to be held responsible for saying Funko Pop giveaway. We have no idea what we're going to do yet, but we're going to do something. So stay tuned.
We are in no way sponsored by Funko Pop or endorsed Funko Pop.
Yeah, we are no way
sponsored by Funko Pop.
My God, we are getting sued, and we're on the 5th podcast. I can't wait to see how this turns out.
I don't have a lawyer.
I don't have one either. We're screwed.
We can represent ourselves. It's fine.
Oh my God! No, I'm just gonna pull a Matt Murdock, and then Punisher's gonna get locked up, and he's gonna stab a man in prison.
You're gonna somehow get blinded by radioactive waves.
No, actually, that doesn't sound too pleasant. Can I get bitten by a radioactive spider?
No, we've been over this, Jack. We've just done.
That's it.
You can't prove that.
That's it.
Okay, right. We're cutting this now because Jesus is insulting my livelihood.
Things are about to get physical.
Things are about to get physical. We're gonna have a punch up in Calamity Hatcher's father's garage.
Put down the chainsaw, G.
There's going to be model airplanes being smashed over
There
each other's
are
heads. Screws and bolts flying everywhere. It's going to be great.
Exactly.
A good old slobber knocker.
There's a beer bottle right there. I'm gonna slit your throat with it.
Oh God. You're the one talking child.
This is getting a bit kinky now. I'm a bit
kinky. Smashed bottle.
No,
Kinky.
slitting someone's throat.
This is a good point to end.
I need therapy.
We'll edit something.
Okay, well, we love you all. From everyone here, I have been Calamity Hatcher.
I've been that guy, Gsif.
I've been director.
And thank you for checking out the podcast.
And Joe.
And Joe was here, but Joe is gone now. He's a traitor.
Yeah.
Thank you for checking this out.
Traitor
Like,
scum.
share, subscribe, because that's what it takes to be infinite, people. See you next time.